Let's talk about knots. I use knots a lot in my work, and I like to learn new knots all the time. So if you're anything like me, you'll want to learn some new knots, and maybe these will be new for you, maybe not. But I found a few knots that have worked really well for me over the years when it comes to haltering my horse and tying the lead rope into the halter or tying that lead rope into reins. So before I show you on my horse, let's look at the knots individually. I store my halter with the lead rope hanging between the two pole straps on the halter. And I'll just put that on my elbow, and this is how it goes on the horse, like that. So it's between those two straps at the top. When I'm done, I open that up, just drop them right back in there, and I can hang it on my saddle horn or anywhere else. I store my halters with a quick release knot that comes off really easily. That's going to be important later on. But I wrap the tail of the lead rope over the tie loop and around and poke it through the hole. Just like that. And then when you're ready to release it, just give it a quick little tug and it will come right off. You should use a sheet bend knot to tie your rope halter. It's pretty easy to do. You take the tail of the halter, poke it through the tie loop, come around the back and underneath itself, and there you have it, the sheet bend. With this knot you can get pretty tight on it, and yet it's easily undone. So this is the knot we prefer to use with our rope halters, the sheet bend. Here's the sheet bend again. This time we're using it to connect the lead rope to the halter. I try to minimize using metal on my horse, so I don't use snaps or bits or shoes. The lead rope is tied the same way. It comes in from the back, goes around behind and underneath itself, and then you pull it tight. So I want to point out I'm using a halter that's got a lot of room between the Feodor knot and the bottom of the loop, so I can tie my reins into that later on in this space right here. That's where I'll be putting my reins. The other way I'll tie a sheet bend is just to double it. So you make one pass through there and then come around and put it underneath there again and pull it tight. That's really secure, and I still have room to tie in my reins at the top there. But usually I just ride with that single sheet bend and tie my reins right up there. When I'm ready to make my reins, I'm just going to fold it over with the popper end down and push it through that space there in the loop. And then I'm going to fold the popper over onto the lead rope and make a simple overhand knot and then pull it tight. I'm going to catch that leather popper there so it doesn't flop around too much. And that's what I use for reins, a loop rein. It's easy to tie and it's easy to untie. By the way, this lead rope is a 12-foot, half-inch tree line rope. Here's my horse Chico, and he's ready to be haltered. So the first thing I'll do is hang that lead rope on my elbow and arrange my halter so that I can grab the tail when I wrap my arm around his neck, I'm going to grab him with my right hand and just pull it like that. And I'm going to stand close to my horse's shoulder while I'm doing this. So I'm just going to reach around. I'm going to give him a big hug. Horses need hugs anyway. And grab that tail. Just kind of rub him with it, and then just put his nose in there. And tie my halter knot. I'm going to make sure that knot on his throat is centered. Horses appreciate you being smooth and gentle and kind to them, believe me. So be smooth. Make sure everything fits him right here. And I want to make sure his cheek fits in that space right there. Okay, so now I'm ready to tie my reins. Just fold that over. Put it in the loop. Hold my popper and tie that overhand knot. Tie it tight. And now I have my loop reins and ready to go. Then when I'm ready to take it off, I'll just untie that overhand knot. Lay my lead rope over my elbow. Remove the halter knot. There you go. Then I'll tie my quick release knot in there. Open up the pole straps and just drop my lead rope right down in there. And that's how I tie my halter, lead rope, and reins. Thanks for watching.